Welcome to Whose Turn Is It Anyway, a show where a bunch of casual players play Dungeons & Dragons not so casually. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Garrett, and this is our campaign, Ashana Rising. We will do a quick recap of Season 1 as we are kicking off Season 2 today. But first, the most important thing is probably to have everyone introduce their characters that they played in Season 1. Anyway, we'll start with Ruby. Just quick, hello.
Hi, the name's Ruth, and I'm an Aarakocra, and I'm from up in the mountains. I like to fancy myself the world's best hat guide, but I came all away from my mountain to try and experience the world.
Godric.
Oh. My name's Godric. I'm from a town called Sins. I'm from a town called Brickton.
Hello, the game.
I'm Ruby. She was way too dank.
Mine's the second one.
Wasteful for technical issues.
Hey, good. Carry on. You were fine.
You think we would have left that behind in season one?
I'm from a town called Brickton, and I'm looking for my good mate, Lucius Varno. And I'm a divine soul sorcerer with some other couple level dips there to get some cool, neat stuff. And I have a lot of cantrips.
Hugor.
Thing after this.
Hey, this is Hugor on my mighty mission to search for the man who has made my brother ill. I have gotten completely sidetracked with the honeys of Ashana, but after a close call with losing an almost brother, it has reinvigorated my passion to finish my main quest and save my first one.
Otto.
What's up, everybody? Name's Otto. Thank you, Poppy, for the name. I'm a Warforged Echo Knight. I hail from a forest. God knows where. I don't remember the name. Don't ask me. And I'm learning about my past. So come and learn with me.
Mida.
Well. She's at it again. My name is Mida Jinglestone IV. The one that you'll see was probably the most children in the group. I play a wild magic sorcerer, looking for some shiny, cool, and otherworldly objects and/or metals.
Poppy.
Hello, I'm Poppy. I am a Dampier Ranger, and I grew up in the woods with Otto, but now I have all friends, and it's beautiful. A lot of people have died, but I've decided that's the cycle of life.
The Dragonborn in the room, Kraith.
Hi, my name's Carson. I'm the actor who played Kraith in Season 1. My character died. I see everybody moved on pretty quickly, so
Perspective.
my new character might show up this episode. Who knows?
Who knows?
It's only been a session. We haven't had a chance to move on yet.
Still processing. But anyways, now I'm going to do a recap of Season 1, starting all the way back at our Session 0. How everyone met. So, it started off with Rui flying through the Feywoods. She was lost, going to the adventure exams. Wasn't going the right direction. Anyways, then Poppy tried to kill her. She thought that Rui was a big bird. Then Godric saved Rui from Poppy, and then Otto tried to fight them. But it turned out fine. They're all friends now and decided to go to the adventure exams together. They ran into a cult in the woods. The cult basically just said, hey, come see us when we save the world. And that was pretty much it. They were the Cult of Satel. That name will come up again later. So then that group went down to Yodon, on their way down to Stroni, where the adventures exams are, the capital of the country of Ashana, where this is located. They met some samurai captains, notably Aurelian, the black-feathered Aarakocra, who has a crush on Rui. Let's see, met some other ones, notably Sebastian, who was turned into a wolf hybrid, basically, by a demon. But yeah, then that group made its way to Stroni for the adventurers exam. On the other side of the world, meeting in the woods of Washan, Hugor found Kraith in the woods. Yeah. Met Kraith in the woods, and basically after Kraith had an awakening moment of his powers and new ideology, Hugor basically recruited him for his mission to go save his brother, find a cure for his brother's sickness after the guy that poisoned him, a Yanti named Isis, basically fled with the cure, essentially. So they decided to make their way to the adventure exams because that's where another group of Hugor's village was headed to kind of get clearance to travel to different countries to look for him, blah, blah, blah. They basically end up in Eka, which is the Yanti city in the desert. There they meet Maida Jinglestone IV and the king and queen of Eka, who grants the whole group basically some letters of recommendation for the adventure exams to kind of help them stand out. This group continues and lands. Their next stop was in Jaffield. Jaffield, they ran into a circus master named Savant, and then they lost some memories. That group will come up again later. But then that group, the group of Kraith, Hugor, and Maita met the group of Rui, Otto, Poppy, and Godric in Stroni. They sign up for the adventure exams. They meet some of the other people competing in these exams, and they basically get selected into the exams. They get bids from the 7 factions, and all accepted into different factions except for Maida and Otto, who are in the Solar Guard. Godric is in the Storm Arrows, Hugor is in Moonthorn, Kraith Searing Ash, Rui Humming Wolves, and Poppy the Shadow Knights. Little did they know they would be being scouted for another secret mission. On top of that, to kind of be a new group of adventurers, basically being a cross-faction team, kind of sent on special missions by the guilds collectively. Basically, a proof of concept that the guilds could kind of collaborate and work together on some things and be stronger for it. So their first mission was to go to a dungeon and basically clear it. Otto died in the dungeon. That was, about 3 minutes after he was killed by a wraith. Killed by a wraith, came back to life when one of the founders of the guilds basically reawakened him and reconnected his soul. We'll call it cast revivify today, to bring him back to life. And after clearing the final boss of this dungeon, giant undead creature, they meet the spirits of the founding guild members. The Adventurers Guild was basically founded by the King of Ashana after his friends, the 7 founders, sacrificed their lives, defeating the Tarask and banishing it from Ashana and saving the realm. And he said that they could help, their sacrifice could help inspire the next generation of heroes for Ashana. The 7 of them basically all get one of the artifacts the founders had, very powerful magic items that lend its powers over time and grow in their own strength. Very powerful magical items, basically. They basically get the 7 guild members, the founding guild members, magic items, artifacts, and as their chosen ones, per se. Returning back to the adventure, they're basically advisors for their little team, secret team, whatever, a bunch of co-captains and guild members, guild masters rather. They basically get a selection of different quests that they can go on. They decide to go to you decided there was a vote per se to go to investigate a lighthouse in Brookton where Godric is from. It was to find a missing mage who is the Lucius Vonner that he was looking for. They go investigate the lighthouse. They go inside the lighthouse, fight an enemy, and then a mysterious man named Darius shows up and says, "Hey, this lighthouse is going to blow up. You should probably get out of the lighthouse."
What do we do?
So half the group decided to go up the stairs, and the other half of the group ran outside.
You can guess which happens.
Of the ones that decided to go further up the exploding tower, they were blown up. Only Mida died outright per se, but his artifact basically saved him and planted new life in him. Made a bean shield around him, as it is a bag of beans. And so saved his life. Let's see. So saved their lives. Then Darius, revealed himself to be the big bad evil guy of season 1. Said he was looking for Lucius Vonner to help him find a book. And then he beat the group up and said, "Hey, don't interfere in my business if you know what's good for you," because the group was also looking for Lucius Vonner. So from that point, they were told by the guild to that they're being taken off this mission. They go to a new mission to go to the training tower in Cruditz. At the training tower, they are meant to protect the master of the tower, Zarek. Very rich drow fella who lets them basically participate in a new team format he's doing in the battle tower. Battle tower gets attacked by Quizmaster and a giant undead soldier. Group defeats them and returns. Basically, and then Kraith gets to fight the floor boss Chadley. Wins this fight. And can theoretically go further up the tower if he wants. But anyways, they go to a new mission, the hot springs. Basically, the hot springs are being poisoned, and so they decide to they need to help the Moonthorn girls that were already there basically clear this poison. They meet a man who's very eccentric about nature in Carlisle, where the hot springs are, and beat him with the help of Moon Pritchard, a former guild master for the Silver Ale, who helps them. He owns the hot springs. They're all able to collectively defeat Gourmand. From there, they go to Sheffield, because they were called to Sheffield by Emos. Emos is a man who is able to travel very quickly across Ashana and deliver messages at a huge role in the world. So he sends them to Sheffield because they're being called by Ninriel, Guildmaster of the Humming Wolves. There, they are basically placed under arrest. And met with a force of fellow adventurers because it turns out that Hugor, Kraith, and Mida had done some robbing in their time that they couldn't remember in Sheffield. A man named Sentinel shows up, gives Hugor, Kraith, and Mida their memories back of the night. Basically, they were corrupted by Savant using some demonic magic or devilish magic of Rakdos. A very high-ranking devil of the Nine Hells, Rakdos. Savant and his group called Bazaar Lunica are basically a group of drow that worship Rakdos. Let's see. So they're able to kind of fend off and kill some of Savant's group, but the rest of Savant's group escaped, but they are able to clear the names. That night, see what else happened important in Sheffield. Hugo got robbed by some random lady. That's never going to come up again.
Come on, man. I filled out the questionnaire.
But anyways, from there, the group gets a new mission to clear an underwater dungeon in the Crepe Isles, a neighboring island nation. So they go to basically they get a passage with Old Man Rivers, a tradesman from Stroney, who takes them to the capital of the Crepe Isles, Cree. They get embroiled in some pirate warfare between Captain Novak, who is originally from Stroney and is a outlaw from Stroney after sacrificing a bunch of people for devilish power, and a former guild master, Captain Raymond. Captain Raymond is a former guild master of double checking the Humming Wolves. So they get embroiled in a war. Fan favorite NPC Sharktooth, a homeless man who's just trying to make some money on the streets. He was killed by Captain Novak, and also Rui was killed by Captain Novak as well in the fight. Rui is brought back to life by her ancestor, the Raven Queen, who says that she is needed to save the world from Darius. The fight between the two pirate captains is broken up by an admiral and leader of the governments in the Crepe Isles, Captain Burns, who basically says that the pirate captains are supposed to be going to a civil diplomatic meeting. But the group wakes up the next morning. Captain Raymond has declared civil war against the government, and the group says we should probably head to our quest now. So they go to the dungeon. In the dungeon, they meet Cutite, a representative of the water goddess, who basically says you can get the treasure of the dungeon if you're able to defeat this other group that showed up. This other group happening to be Quizmaster and other people that work for Darius. The group is able to defeat these members of Darius. They're able to get a horn that lets them teleport anywhere that they have been before, or the horn has been before, once per day, and that also lets them talk to Cudite. Hello, Hugor. From there, let's see. The group returns to Old Man Rivers, who has just gotten word from Emos that Darius has broken out the 5 largest criminals from the Hole, which is a prison in Stroney, or in Ashana rather, for keeping those dangerous criminals. Breaks them out, has recruited them to his side. So the guild masters send all of the first year adventurers to Kahlo for a tournament that they've been invited to, a way to train and kind of keep them away from the conflict with Darius, while the rest of the adventurers guild spreads out all over Ashana to look for Darius and these escaped prisoners. Let's see. So they go to Kahlo, they have a tournament. Kraith and Poppy have a big fight, both literally and emotionally, as they fight kind of over the ideals of friendship. Kraith is able to win the physical battle, but starts to have his mind changed a little bit on the ideals of friendship. The start of an arc for him. Everyone else has their fights as well, but the semifinals of Kraith versus Otto is interrupted by the appearance of Darius and the 5 escaped prisoners. Darius is there basically to find a secret ritual that will allow him to use the books of the book that he has, an artifact of that has recorded every sin or every evil that mortals have ever committed, and also gives him the power to absolutely control people's minds and give them orders. He has the ritual allow him to use that book and the book of good, basically the opposite of the book of evil that he has, records all the good that mortals have done. He's able to use these rituals to kind of judge the world and send it either into heavens or the hells. So he stole that ritual from Kahlo, killing the master Fai Jing, who kind of ruled over that temple there. The group is able to survive the battle with Darius's 5 escaped prisoners by the sudden possession of Maida by the devil Izix. Izix takes over Maida's body. For the player's knowledge, I'll tell you, I guess, when that happened. Basically, Maida got possessed on his way to Eka, met a random man in the desert, and somehow survived. That's how Maida survived all the way to Eka from where he's from. Just a fun little tidbit happened. There's nothing you technically missed in the campaign. It just sort of happened pre-campaign. Jake didn't know anything about it, so...
You just have no questions asked.
But anyways, Izix takes over Maida, helps them beat some of the escaped prisoners. Some of them escape with Darius after Darius gets what he wants. It's revealed here that Sentinel works for Darius, and is kind of the one teleporting them all around. Oh.
No.
Keep going.
Yep. Izix basically says he's taking Maida's body. But he says he'll meet them tomorrow at an auction in Silverkeep. The group finds out that there's 2 members of the new adventurers that know a bit about Silverkeep because they're from there. The Drow Coradir, who uses Chain, Eldritch Blast, basically, and Orabel of the Moonthorn. Coradir's in Solar Guard. Orabel, who apparently has a big bounty out for because her family owed money to the crime boss who runs the auction. So they know a little bit about the auction in Silverkeep. The group travels to Silverkeep the next day. They meet up with Zarek again, who's there to just buy random things because he's rich. At the auction, they bid on some new items. Poppy connects with a Drake and becomes a Drake Warden as she soul bonds with Puff the Magic Dragon. See, there's some other favorite NPCs there. Rule, who is a tinkerer of sorts and armorer, who works on Otto a lot. Old Man Rivers and his daughter were there. Clifton and Limpe, adventuring traveling twins who sell magic items. An elf family that the group has run into before that kind of sells magic items, runs a business there. Savant and the Bizarre Lunica are there bidding on items. See, Zarek's there. That's all the important NPCs. Oh, and Aurelian. Aurelian's there because he says he's looking for the good book that Darius is at this auction to buy, or supposedly gets. The book of good is here in this auction. Aurelian says that it was stolen from them, the samurai of Yodon, who were tasked with protecting it. So kind of after a bit of the auction goes, they are interrupted by the arrival of Darius and also the arrival of Izix. Not really with the same goal in mind. Izix is here trying to get a Fey Stone, a unknown magical artifact, while Darius kind of takes the book and just leaves after with little to no effort. But he does, before he leaves, place a secret command the group does not remember what their commands are on the entire auction. Izix Maida absorbs the Face Stone into Maida. Aurelian is able to smite Izix's form, but Izix actually secretly taken over since they last saw him, taken over the body of Filch, the criminal boss that runs the auction. But Godric is able to put enough radiant power into Izix's body to regurgitate Mida, freeing Mida. So then Aurelian teleports the whole group to a place that will help them find the River Styx, the necessary ritual location that Darius needs for this ritual. I'm dying. It's okay.
Would you like some water?
It's fine. So they go to Colfell, a village of Hugor's company. The master of this village, whose name is Shinobu, the secret keeper, he basically, after toying with the group for a while, says that he will tell the group where the River Styx is if he is able to get some knowledge from Otto. He basically steals some memories that Otto could not remember, which thus gave Otto some of his memories back. Otto finds out that he was an elf that fought in the Dragon Wars. So 1,000 years before the founding of Ashana, the whole continent was ruled by dragons, and basically a bunch of the mortal races rebelled against them. And thanks to the powers of the gods, they were able to win. Otto remembers his name. He was an elf named Octorian. He was in love with a witch named Satella. And he died protecting her in the war. And when he wakes up in a new warforged body, the war was already over. The last thing that Otto remembered was him and Satella going to collect their reward from the gods. The group was also, or Otto and the group were told that Shinobu was specifically trying to steal the birth of the new primordial gods. The knowledge of the birth of new primordial gods from Otto, so it has something to do with that. But now with the knowledge of the River Styx, the group, Shinobu also warns them that there will be a test by a god before they can enter the River Styx. So the group teleports to this test, basically, before they enter the River Styx, where they are tested by a beholder god named Zal. They are a Lord of Judgment, per se, tasked with this position by Rakdos, a devil that... oh gosh, that's Bizarre Lunica and Savant worship. In this hopeless fight, they have no access to any magic or their artifacts in this fight. And Poppy is frozen in stone before the group all kind of realizes their connections to each other. They realize their connection to each other and kind of reawaken the next stage of their artifact and start awakening more powers from their artifacts. They'll get powerful upgrades to their powers, and Poppy is able to break free from her stone. And with this new power, they're all able to prove themselves worthy to Zal through this and their continued fight. And so then they're allowed to go down to the River Styx. The group goes down to the River Styx, and they find the first thing that happens is they are all the orders that they basically curse that Darius is able to place on them all. But besides Hugor and Maya, basically severely limits how strong they could be in this fight. Through this fierce fight with Darius, they learn that he was set on this path after kind of learning the evils of this world. And basically wanted to restart this world in the realm of chaos by sending both books into the River Styx, hoping to kind of restart a new world without any sort of connection to this one. No, basically a full restart. In this fight, Darius kills Kraith and throws his body into the River Styx, something that is believed to burn away their soul and forever, is what this process is believed to be. But through their combined efforts, Poppy is able to finally notch an arrow into the back of Darius's skull, and he falls into the River Styx, permanently killing Darius. Sentinel, who has been kind of tasked as the guy watching, he has been Darius is basically a recorder of history. Sentinel basically breaks the ritual for them. The breaking of this ritual destroys the 2 books, but not in a sacrifice way. The books are basically dispelled for 100 or 1,000 years, I should say. So they will not be a problem anytime soon. This judgment of the world. Mida plants a bean. The bean summons a pyramid in the river Styx. Sentinel's like, hey, this pyramid's going to attract monsters and y'all are really hurt. You probably shouldn't try to clear this dungeon right now. So after much negotiation, he sends the group back to Silverkeep at the auction, where they meet up with the few alive people there: Aurelian, the elf family, Miranda, the enchantress, somehow Zarek, the rich guy, and Beal, who was one of their adventure examinees, and he is a member of the Heroes Guild. Oh, that doesn't really matter. There was also like a serial killer in the Heroes Guild in Silverkeep, and the serial killer killed a bunch of people in the Heroes Guild. Not that relevant.
Side quest.
Side quest. That also happened. So the group returns to Silverkeep after saying their last words about Crave, doing a kind of farewell to him. Arriving in Silverkeep, they are trying to decide what to do about all the dead bodies of NPCs of Silverkeep and friends that they had known. 2 of the bodies, the ones killed by Jack, the serial killer in Silverkeep, cannot be resurrected. And it's at that point that Jin, hero of the Gale, and master cartographer of the Royal Court of Ashana, returns. 2 things I haven't mentioned. During this whole Darius thing, Emos was taken out after the escaped prisoner by somebody. Emos is MIA, so none of the adventurers are able to communicate to each other. And the king of Ashana and his royal court have all been in Drago, the dragon capital of the dragon nation of Grisha. Did I do it right? Did I nail it?
You made it up, so.
Well,
So just tell us that you
it's
nailed it.
Grisha. I did nail it. It's on the map. So he's been there negotiating peace between Grisha and the country of Lashan for this entire adventure, but they have just returned today. And Jin of the Gale says that he is not as quick as Emos, but he is pretty good at communicating with his artifacts amongst all the adventurers. So he communicates, hey, everyone, we're all good to come back. We found out that this group of heroes has defeated Darius, and now the King of Ashana would like to meet our group of heroes, and the group is going to go and negotiate immediately with them because he said that they could probably convince the King of Ashana to invest some diamonds from his reserves to bring back all the people that are dead with resurrection spells. So, from there, we are. Does anyone have any questions? Let's start there while I take a drink.
There's one important character missing from your narration.
Yeah, thank you, Dylan.
Shark tooth.
Oh.
Where is my shark tooth?
The black tattoo.
Where is he? Y'all been looking for an elf with black tattoos. Hasn't come up yet.
Not a lot. Not one thing is sticking on that.
Nothing is stuck to that one.
Have you mentioned all of the jingle stones? All of them?
Mida is like giving birth to sometimes through his wild magic. There's a Millie Jinglestone the 5th out there. You had a kid named Modron that died in the water dungeon.
Is OP.
Couple trees.
Too strong. There's a bunch of treants that he summoned because of the bag of beans. One was good, one was bad. Determine that at your own peril. Anything else?
How did Sharktooth die again?
Captain Nobook, the pirate, the Cairngone pirates, the bunny pirates, otherwise, that's what I've called him.
What's Igor's current financial status?
it's not as bad as everyone has made it out to be. They've gotten paid
Gotten,
since he got robbed.
I've got money, dude.
And what does he
6,000
have
gold.
against being?
What?
I said, what does he have? What condition does he have advantage on saving throws for?
Oh, charmed effects now.
Great speech, racial.
No, not for Loxodons. The group also has a keep in Astroni, basically killing what Treant got them that, more or less, and selling the body of the Treant. Don't worry too much about it.
How did that get there?
Sorry, I might have planted a bean in the middle of a busy marketplace. That's how that happened.
There we go.
Who is this Mida guy?
Who's this Mida guy?
Who is this mind?
Any other questions? Oh, the first examinee of the Adventures exam they found out was killed on one of the quests that they could have gone on. A turtle named Luan Quam. He was killed. Rest in peace. They found that out while they were out on their own adventures.
We woke up in the middle of a pirate coup, right?
Yeah, so there was a pirate. Yeah, there was a pirate coup going on. The Crepe Isles are in Civil War, and no big deal. No big sweat.
We got all the details. We got them. Done.
Cool. Well, we will do season 2. As you all maybe remember, Jin asked as y'all were teleporting, "What's the name of y'all's group, huh?" And then y'all teleport, and he says, that's what the Yalat are called. But
Clever.
to catch up on some time, y'all basically, Jin kind of escorts y'all to the castle. Basically, it's very, very large gates in front of you. 2 guards kind of run up. At first, they're, that looked like they're about to ask you what you're doing, but then they see Jin, and Jin says, "Hey, don't worry, Chad. Chad and Larry there. No, this group is with me. Don't not worry about it there. The King of Ashana has asked for them personally." Yeah, sure, Chad, lad. That's fine. But they open the gates for you all as you all kind of get escorted through. It's a very magnificent castle. Lots of paintings and statues. Most of the paintings are of past lineages of Rare and Mav on one side, but there's also past queens, and some of the paintings that are former guild masters and adventurers. There's kind of a memorial wall for dead adventurers on there. Taking a quick notice as you walk by, you see that the last name on this list does say Craig. Jin walks you up the stairs and just says, "Yeah, this is the castle here. It's well furnished and all that. Are y'all tired? Do you need any kind of waters or anything? Y'all had a long day."
We have. Do you think we're here to see the king?
Yes, y'all are here to see the king. Yes, he has asked for y'all.
And how time sensitive might that be?
Very time sensitive. You don't really want to keep the king waiting, and again, we need to get those diamonds over to Silverkeep. The longer you wait on those kinds of things, on bringing back people from the dead, people might be go claiming souls and all that. You don't want them just laying around in the ether. It's hard to bring people back then.
I understand. Okay, well, I'm quite tired, but I guess if it's time sensitive, then we could get it on the way. Underway.
This is interesting, Jin. Is that a nameplate with Krait's name on the wall? Engraved in the wall?
So it's like it's one big tablet, basically stone tablet, and so it's just got rows and rows of names, and Krait is the most recent name of it on it.
Did we all notice it?
Yeah, you all notice that.
This isn't going to be easy. Try and cut out Krait's name.
Any other questions before you hit the throne room?
Don't have time.
Fair enough. As the doors to the throne room are blown open by Jin summoning some wind, very dramatic like. Ooh. The entire royal court of Ashana is gathered. As Jin kind of takes his place in the half circle, you see many impressive figures. Just to go ahead and hit him, it's you see Waylon, who is a Dhampir, very regal clothing. Videk, who is kind of very has a cloth mask on and kind of very covered up. Kind of seems to be waiting in the shadows. Kelpsidor, as you see in the picture, doesn't have a shirt, as he just kind of looks at you all boldly, just kind of taking y'all in. Jin kind of happily takes his place in the semicircle, kind of looking at you all cheerily. Dracon, the Red Dragonborn, kind of just looks at you all with a serious look. Hello. Sharkon, Yanti, kind of just looks at you all intrigued. But as kind of the front guard kind of raises kind of his sword out of his hilt slightly. Stormfright, the Goliath, kind of towers over everybody at about 12 feet tall. Kind of looking down at you all with kind of a bored look, with a great axe kind of slung over his shoulder casually. The great axe being as tall as Poppy. The axe part being as tall as Poppy, I should say. Then you have Indum, who is just kind of casually smoking, also looking bored. You have Sigil, who stands at attention and kind of ready to deal with, kind of very heavy metal paladin, kind of like, as she kind of looks at you all. Seriously, kind of trying to get a quick judgment onto you all. Peasty, with kind of very clerical robes, kind of looks at you all very cheerily. Joza is a centaur, and he kind of looks at you all kind of with a kind of more familial smile as you all walk in. Shale in kind of yellow robes kind of looks at you all with a more intrigued look, kind of like Kelpsidor. And then you have Mercy, who is a blue-feathered Aarakocra, also kind of looking at you all with more of a intrigued, what does this group kind of bring look to it all. Jin kind of walks in and says, "Hey everyone, here's the group we were talking about, the group that defeated Darius and all of that. Very interesting group they are." And Stormfright kind of just walks up, or takes a step forward in his booming figure and just says, "You all defeated Darius?
Yes.
Who landed the killing blow?"
Well, we all had a hand in it.
I did nothing.
Points to Poppy.
Well, I shot him with my bow, but to be very honest, it was a group effort powered by the beauty of our friendship.
Stormfright
Our
just
friendship.
takes some giant steps towards you, Poppy, and then raises his hand up for a high five.
Could you please bend down?
He bends down.
That-
Make a strength check.
Whoa.
God damn it already. Today I had a choice to develop one of my skills. Strength was not one of them.
Igor taps Rui, casting guidance.
I'm
Not
really
me.
your puppy.
I'm not in range of Poppy.
Oh, okay. That's me.
What did Poppy get?
Well, to be fair, my keyboard is plotting against me, but a 7.
All right, he got a 16 as you just He just knocks you flying back with the high five. Oh. Just as
Hey now.
falls backwards. Oh. Sorry, little one.
Little, you are just larger than I. But I'll have you know, I have killed bigger things than you.
Poppy, I believe we need to maintain some sort of decorum while
You mentioned of killing Poppy as you kind of collect yourself. Vidic, without any of y'all noticing his movements, has a knife to your throat, and it just says, "Now, miss, if you don't mind, let's drop the killing talk while we're in front of the king now, shall we? We're all
He
friends,
just
here, right?"
But he just asked me if I landed a killing blow. He brought up the topic first. Are you gonna
Hey,
put a
you're-
knife to his throat?
You're the one being hostile here. You got a knife pointed at her. Calm down, bucko.
And
We're in the king's presence.
It is that point the centaur kind of trots forward and says, as Vidic, you don't really see him pull out another knife, but he definitely has another knife in his hand, pointed at Hugor now, as Joseph trots up and just says, "Now, Vidic, this is probably best to keep a little bit formal now. These are heroes now that just saved the realm." And Vidic says, "I will keep its presence now." As he puts his knives away and kind of walks back over to his spot. Then everyone kind of reassumes their position.
You
I'm gonna
know,
sneak-
I
I'm gonna-
forgive you.
I'm gonna sneak in. You're welcome, by the way.
To me?
No, to Videk.
Oh, yeah.
We're
you
doing
know,
this and we're chatting. Can I just like whisper and cast Mage Armor on myself?
You're still on my drum right now.
Oh, okay, great.
Let's see.
It's
a
okay.
bit scared
I'm
of
not
these
good at
people.
all the. Oh, sorry.
It's that point that Shale says, kind of steps forward and says, "Oh gosh. Well, now, we do appreciate this. You gotta keep in mind, we just came out of a mission of our own, on a big, formal diplomatic mission in two countries about to go at war. So we're just a little bit on edge from our journey still. No offense, but we do really appreciate what you all have done."
There's a war?
Well, not anymore. We were able to kind of keep that one diplomatic now. Or at least King Rearmoth was.
Well, not to brag, but we did stop the world ending, and we're not pointing knives at anybody, so.
My thought exactly, Poppy.
All right. Hey, Hugo idea here. Clean slate. Let's start over. Let's keep it cordial. I'm Hugor. These are my friends. I go off and list the names. Will the king see us now?
Dracon speaks up and says, "This group does not even bow before the royal courts. How can we even trust that they'll keep this formality with the king?" Doesn't really say to y'all. He just kind of says to the ones next to him. Then Jin says, I think they'll get all right with the king, don't you? I mean, he's already been drinking since he's been back. I think he's gonna be in a good mood." There's about a good half the group that is just offended at the mention of the king drinking, and Jin just revealing that. Mostly being Sigil, Dracon, Sharkon. Vidic looks like he wants to throw a dagger at Jin. Peasty and Mercy. Everyone else is just kind of laughs it off. Let's see.
I'm gonna lean into Poppy and I'm gonna say, Poppy, if only Amos were here, he could bring some of that alcohol.
You know what, Ruby? I think me and the king would be best friends. We would play all the drinking games.
Hugo. No, never mind.
Well, let's just keep it on the DL for now. Some of them seem a little upset that we now know that the king likes to drink. So
Do you think he probably outdrinks them?
probably that might be why they're so upset.
You know, that explains. Hey, Maida! And I just yell across. Do you think the king can outdrink everybody?
Poppy, I believe we need to maintain some sort of good decorum in the presence of a king, kind of like the V-Deck was suggesting. So, can we just kind of keep quiet and allow these proceedings to take place?
Yeah, Poppy, I can't call it clean slate again. I already used that one.
We each get one call, right? Is that how that works?
Kelxador kind of steps forward and says, "Now our friends are right. You know, we have not even introduced ourselves properly. I am Kelxador. I am the third guild master of the Solar Guard and the royal archmage for the courts. It is nice to make your acquaintance."
Hold on.
The pleasure is all yours.
He has not stepped forward, but he is in
I'm going to start walking towards him.
I try and stop it.
Oh, can I trunk grab him?
No, I'm not like trying to force it. When I put a hand in front of him, like, don't do that. Like, I'm not actually gonna be like, strength, I'm just gonna be like, stay in your spot. As best as I can.
Is this not allowed? Can I not shake your hand?
Wait for everyone to introduce themselves, You may want to shake someone else's hand first.
You're right.
Who was it that's speaking?
That was Kelxador.
So usually this whole time I've just been looking at the king. I haven't been paying attention to anything. Or I've been paying attention, but I've just been looking at the king.
Yep.
I'm gonna just chime in after his introduction saying, all right. It's great to meet you all. We're kind of on a time crunch. People are gonna die if we don't get those diamonds. So we're gonna fight and drink, or we're gonna get to reviving people.
PC.
We'll party later. And hockey.
PC speaks up and says, "Well, if they're already dead, then no one's about to die, aren't they?"
Well, Jen told us that we were in a hurry because their souls might get stolen.
Oh.
PC looks over at Jen and says, "Really, you told them that? It could happen, but it's very unlikely that people would just want some random soul."
These people are just random people. They're some of our best friends.
Can you name all of them?
Well, I can name a lot of them. A good few of them, probably. Between all 7 of us, 6 of us, I'm sure that we could get their names all right.
All of them, including the NPCs of Silverkeep?
Might have sure could.
Can you name all of these people?
I'm a lady, but...
Ma'am?
Like, my arm up, be like, "My lords and my ladies, can we please, I humbly request a release of the Diamond Reserve to the Medical Corps for the purpose of reviving our friends.
Ended.
As this has been one long minute."
The room kind of gets tense as you ignore any kind of formality. And that's when King Rear-Mav finally steps from his throne. The kind of whole room goes to attention as he walks down and then trips down the stairs. Falls right into Stormfright, stopping him.
Yeah, and grab Poppy's mouth.
Fine. That's fair.
My hand's extended. And I'll talk so she doesn't. Poppy, don't laugh, don't say anything. Just relax. This is normal, okay? I promise. We can't say anything, or they might kill us. Please don't.
Would a mage hand be able to do anything here?
No. The whole room is shocked, kind of in stunned silence for a second, and then Jin just starts going. Oh, Mom, you took quite a tumble now, didn't you? And that's when King's kind of laughing, dusting himself off. I guess I did. Oh, well. So this is the group that saved the whole continent from what I hear, based on Jin's reports.
I almost just broke into a Scottish accent. Indeed, sir, we are. Would you like me to heal you? Did you hurt yourself?
Oh, I'm quite fine, don't worry.
Well, that's good to hear.
Plus, if that's were enough to kill a king, we would really need to get softer stairs.
I agree. Well, and I bet I do like a little curtsy of my wings, like spread out, almost like a peacock, but upside down. Well, what can we do for you here today, sir?
Well, I would love to hear a little bit more about you, but I know you're kind of rushing for a second. So, Mercy, come here for a second. And Mercy kind of flies over, and she says, "Do you need any healing, sir? No. Go ahead and get the diamond reserves ready. Do y'all know about how many people you would need some resurrections for?"
I told him the exact number.
I should have known the exact number. I didn't.
Mine is the number.
Three's like counting on our fingers.
I can just start naming them. Your Highness, I can. Would you please prefer the number? And I
14.
I thought there were like 40.
So there's 14 NPCs that I'm going to call were friendly. There are the 2 that you guys know can't be brought back based on first initial observation. The Eager Guardian and Colossal Slayer, the 2 that were killed by Jack the Stabber. And then he's going to ask, there are 4 there that you would call villains, I say. A Surgeon Quack that worked for Darius, Ayan Two Shots, Isaiah and Ming of Bizarre Lunica. Are those that you think that should be brought back? Would even want to be brought back to just go in prison immediately?
No, sir, I don't think we need to go through the trouble of that. I think that they are fine just where they are.
Torque was the Goliath, right?
Tarkin, yes, and he escaped.
Then Tarkin's alive. I don't care.
And then that was me relaying the information, right?
Yeah.
Also, while he was doing that, my hands extended and I was slowly preparing to fall.
The king or
In a reverent state, like it down as I was naming those people.
Otto, as you walk forward, Stormfright just starts casually raising his axe.
You want me to shake your hand first?
Yes.
Okay.
And he just shakes your hand.
I shake his hand.
Strength check.
Damn it. Saving throw or check?
Check.
13.
15.
Close.
You don't get your hand broken as he shakes your hand. He's definitely stronger than you. You feel it, but he matches your strength rather than crushing your hand. When you notice the strength on the other end, and he says, you are quite strong."
Yeah, you're pretty strong yourself, man.
Thanks.
You. Can I shake his hand now?
I guess. The entire time of you and walking over, Vidicus just had like a dagger ready to throw just in case. But the king gladly shakes your hand. Charisma save. I'm kidding.
No. Constitution save.
A Warforged. Haven't seen. Besides Vilcus and the Solar Guard, we haven't had a Warforged. With much stature. There's also Hammer, I suppose, of the Storm Arrows, but you're the 3rd Warforged that has entered our halls.
I'll take that.
I'm sorry. I try to get Godric's hand off of me. You can't have him. He's our friend. I apologize.
Sorry, I did not mean any offense, and I do not want to take your friend for any reason. I'm just glad that he is on our side.
Give you.
But yes, Mercy, go ahead and get those diamonds ready. 14, and go ahead and start getting a group ready to go and bring back those people of Ashana. We all know that Mr. Rivers and Rule would be a great loss to our community. So please. And Mercy kind of flies out of the room.
Wait, Old Man Rivers?
Yes.
After she flees and I'm satisfied, I'm like, right then, okay. Now that that's out of the way, my lords and ladies, my name is Godric. I'm of the town Brickton. I'm a dear friend of one Sir Lucius Vonner, though I haven't seen him in quite some time, and I'm a current member of the Storming Arrows. Pleased to make your acquaintance, and I do that.
So why did they bow?
You say that to the king?
Yeah, I say that to the king.
Well, it's just a formality for my station.
Should I not be shaking your hand?
Probably not, but it is. You are still learning the custom, so it is fine.
He predates the custom.
If Poppy screaming this across or saying this across, I think we're supposed to bow. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I didn't think friends bowed to each other. I don't think that's a good precedent, you know? And I've decided me and the king are gonna be friends.
I just like pushing Poppy's her torso forward.
Well then, come over here and shake your front hand.
Push her hip and bend the knee.
I try to move towards the king now to shake his hand, just walking towards him like.
Oh, Vic has 2 knives at the ready now, just in case. But everyone in the courtroom kind of just lets it happen as the king shakes your hand.
You seem like a really nice fellow, and you'd probably be really fun to drink with. I'm glad you're king.
Just needed a little bit to get the edge off, but again, I do need softer stairs for when I fall down them. But yes, again, great thank you all for saving the world from what Jin's reports made it out to be. But yes, you are all will definitely be rewarded. The diamonds will be part of just our service to our people, of course. No need to worry about that being a tax on you at all. But how does 50,000 gold for each of you sound?
I like money. Right?
Your Highness, if I humbly may, I'm like waiting for a response.
Humbly may.
Like I'm just like I don't want to like interrupt him without him saying you may speak.
You may go ahead.
In lieu of said payment for myself, is there any chance there's access to some very rare items or materials or gems specifically that I may have access to, even to possibly purchase? As I am quite fascinated and fond in the procurement of such materials and items.
I could probably do with giving you 5 fully formed star gems, priced at about 10,000 gold each. Add a character, these will give you a +1 to a spell. If you cast it with it, the spell will consume it, and it'll either +1 to the attack roll or +1 to the DC. That makes it harder to.
Right. My character is not going to use
Oh yeah, sure.
It's going to collect them because cool.
Sure, but
you have my thanks.
But how does that sound to the rest of you?
Lord, I find that quite fair. However, I do have one request of you, if I may. I'm also waiting.
Of course.
There was one other member of our group that sadly paid the ultimate price to stop Darius, and in lieu of having to pay a share to him, could you perhaps allocate some funds to give him a proper send-off?
Well, your friend Kraith, he was a member of the Searing Ash, correct?
Do believe so.
Believe so.
The Searing Ash have their own customs for fallen members. I'm sure they will want to oversee that themselves. But I do appreciate your sentiment, as you've spent probably more time with them than they have, but...
I see. Thank you, sir.
And the king just kind of scans the group, seeing if anyone else has anything to say.
This gold is a nice gesture. We really appreciate it.
Of course. Again, we do really... Again, I apologize for my court's hostility. They are correct. We did just come from a bit of a tense situation ourselves, but they do need to relax a little bit around the presence of friends.
Well,
Maybe we could take them out for a night on the town, you know?
Your Highness,
You have so many glares on you right now, Igor.
as it happens to be, we have a very spacious keep, and Poppy has stocked it very nicely. So if anybody would like to come over and celebrate both of our victories, they are more than welcome to.
I have a lot of alcohol.
Jin looks like he's about to raise his hand and then looks around and just sees that it's not maybe becoming of him right now, just goes,
I would like to raise my hand one more time.
yes.
One of the things, my lord, I apologize for interrupting the formalities earlier in the introductions. Do you have someone you would consider your advisor, or maybe a scholar amongst your court?
These are all my advisors and scholars. Everyone here has been a former guild master, handpicked by me to serve on my court and advise me on different matters.
What about Storm Arrow specifically?
Is that yours? Is that yours?
At the mention of who was a Storm Arrow, Shale raises her hand. The Centaur Joza raises his hand. And Sigil, the kind of paladin armor looking one, raises her hand. They indicate that they are all Storm Arrows.
So continue to speak, addressing those three. I'll say, my lords and ladies, I would very much like to speak with you about something at a time at your leisure. I have something I'd like your opinion on, if you don't mind at some point. Does not have to be now.
Shale kind of like half whispered, "It's not about Gradius, is it? Did he try to dissect you? We've gotten a lot of complaints about him."
He did, but I can handle it. That's not what it's about.
Well, you could all talk if you come to our keep and drink with us.
Have we been back to our keep since it's been redecorated?
It's been redecorated, yes, but
We something on my time before that's shenanigans.
Are any of the advisors Shadow Knights, maybe?
at the ask of that, the people that raised their hands are Vidic,
Is that the one that was pointing knives at me?
correct? And just Vidic.
Oh. I wave at him.
He raises his hand with a dagger still.
You're kind of on the mean side for a Shadow Knight.
Hey, Bobby, we said clean slate.
Okay.
Well,
You've
since
been
I
You're
was-
changed.
invited to drink with us too.
Jaden again looks like he really wants to say yes, but he just kind of looks right in his group and just looks down sadly. It's at this point that Waylon actually weighs in and says, Poppy, is it?
Yes, that is correct.
It is a very kind offer you have given us, but unfortunately all of us have our normal duties that we need to immediately get to now that since we've been neglecting them for a month. or we would for sure be joining you all for the celebration. You
I
all
see.
definitely deserve it.
Well, in that case, once we find Emos, I'll have a barrel sent to you guys.
There's a small. Everyone kind of looks nervous again at the mention of Emos and kind of his situation.
I'm
Oh.
looking forward. And I say, speaking of Emos, you guys wouldn't happen to seen him on your mission. You know where he's been?
Say Kelxadorps. Unfortunately, Emos has been missing since we've been gone. We did not find out he was missing until this morning when we first arrived back. And we have no real clues. He has disappeared for a time or two, but never more than a couple hours. He's always been available. So the fact that he is missing is very curious to us indeed. And seemingly had nothing to do with Darius' group based on Jin's reports. So it's very curious for us indeed who would be interfering in our communication system.
I'm gonna turn to you. You're like behind me that way, but maybe you should ask them about your elf. Maybe I don't know. I know they don't know where Emos is, but maybe they'd know where your elf is.
I was hoping to speak to the king about the matter of Sins later at a later date. He was there, right? When all that went down.
What?
No, everybody in Sins disappeared, and they went and looked, but couldn't find anything, right?
Yes, that is correct. You know that Vidic is the only surviving member of that. You've heard his name before mentioned by Silora. But yes, he was king when that happened.
I'm also gonna backtrack. I forgot that we already know where we're supposed to be going for that. I could have still said it out loud. That's fine. But
let's see. What we can do, even though we don't apparently have time. The king says, Sharkon, make sure that they get a few caskets on us as well for their celebration. And Sharkon just goes, damn it. And he says, yes, just taking out his notepad and keeps writing y'all's tab.
Well, thank you, Your Grace. That's mighty kind of you.
Maya, because you would remember it. You do remember when you talked to King Amarkin of Eka. He mentioned that he had a son named Sharkin, who was serving on the royal courts now. That is this Sharkin. Just as a point of memory.
Okay.
Some more good news for your celebration. Everyone should be back by tonight and tomorrow morning from the adventures. We've made sure to recall everybody and let them know. Of course, that's their mission is now over. That Darius' crisis has been averted thanks to you all. So they will be back tomorrow, and I'm sure that the guildmasters will want to speak to you all tomorrow personally and give their thanks as well.
This is our own guild masters, not these former guild masters.
Yes, that's correct.
Who's our handler?
Which one?
The main guy in charge of our squad.
I think you're talking about Kaiser.
Yeah. We'll call it.
They should all be there. From what I've heard, there is no one missing or any casualties from what we have heard so far. Jin has been very good to step up and be Emos' replacement in communication so far. You better be buying me a drink, King. A few drinks. If I'm going to go back to the old communication system.
That was Jen that said that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold out a call.
There is no Emos.
I don't like looking at Jen.
Why?
Not working.
This is why I don't want to go back to the old system, Rear and Mav. Everyone thinks they can just hold up a coin and I'll just be there. I don't quite have the same awareness as Emos did.
I see. Well, how can we get a hold of you if we need you?
We will probably have to assign paper planes again. It's all the adventurers for their missions, which means I need to go create them. I guess that is a good reminder about why I cannot celebrate tonight, as he glares at all the ones glaring at him for not wanting to celebrate tonight.
Well, that's a bummer. If you need any help making them, I know a thing or two about aerodynamics. Never made a paper plane before, but I bet I'd be good at it.
They had to be made with my artifact, unfortunately. So it's all on me. A fact I will be sure to remind the royal court. Indum throws his burnt out cigar at him and just says, "Shut up!" Jin says, "Yes, Indum, I'm sorry. I'll keep my complaints to myself."
One's Endem? Is that the one in front of Poppy?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure you all are quite tired and will like to return to your keep and rest up.
Yes.
Again, your guild masters are sure to want to speak to you tomorrow, so make sure you are present for that. But otherwise, I think we are adjourned here unless you have any other questions for us.
Will your people handle reviving our friends?
Yes, Mercy will take care of that. She is quite good at her job. She is.
And they will be returned home?
Mercy is my master of medicine. She will make sure that they are all healed up and returned home.
Okay, that is fantastic news. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well, I'm about ready for bed if you guys are.
Yes.
But I
Let's go home.
celebrate.
Man, I forgot I had music for the Royals.
Ooh, that was some nice music.
Only 30 minutes late. That's fine.
Ah, the Guildmaster of Music finally makes the appearance. Doo-doo-doo.
We want to use a bar.
No one answered that question. No one talked about your talents. But anyways, you all return to the keep. Once I find lock map again.
Maybe it's the strawberry place.
It is.
Strawberries have taken over the castle. They're everywhere.
They find strawberries.
But you all return. I assume all going straight to bed, so you can rest.
Yes.
On the way down, I'm gonna like kind of get where the hallway splits and start to go to my room and then stop and then turn around and then just stare at Craig's door.
Shit, I forgot to steal his name.
Aw.
It is engraved into the plaque, I should say.
As I walk to my room, I'm also, because I have to pass Craig's room, and I'm just going,
Yeah, you do not have to pass the room.
oh, sorry. On the thing, it looked like I had to
No,
pass it.
it's your.
She
your
takes me a long way.
Do it anyway.
She goes downstairs and access Craig's.
Well, I stare at my wall in the direction that I think that Craig's room is, and
to the floor.
stay for a moment. Very sad.
But gotcha, you stare at Craig's door.
Here. I'm not going to sleep yet, I'm just staring.
The door is cracked open.
Oh. Does this arouse suspicion?
Yes.
I would like to investigate.
You crack the door open, and a fiery hand meets yours on the other side of the door.
A what? A fire hand?
A fiery hand, skeletal hand,
Okay.
just grabs yours in the darkness, and suddenly you are waking up from your bed in a cold sweat.
Very nice. I like.
What do Tinker's tools have? Do
Most.
they have like a hammer and chisel? I'm asking for myself.
Sure, why not?
Alright, I'm gonna hammer and chisel his name into a random wall.
In your own room or just in
No, no.
the castle?
In the castle. Wait, outside in the courtyard. Wraith was here.
Great, was here. Very good.
Yeah, I summoned Puff the magic dragon.
Puff kind of sniffs around because Puff's never been here before.
Well, friend, this is our home. Last time we were here with a different dragon friend, but he will be missed. And I pet Puff on the head.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mama.
Okay, it is not loss. Our friends die, but we learn from them, and he taught me a lot about the dragon kind.
And Puff.
No, and I lean in and I whisper to Puff as even though there's nobody around. I'm like,
Once upon a time, I really wanted to eat a dragon, but then I met Kraith, and well, he kind of complicated things, but I think it was for the better.
Puff looks at you very nervously and says, "Do you plan to eat me, Mom? Ma? Mom? Me?"
Now, I used to think dragons were just more monsters that you would hunt, but I don't think Kraith was a monster.
Poppy just stares out into the sunset. Or nightscape. You know what? Time has no reference.
And Puff kind of curls up around you.
Are we all canonically like asleep like now?
For you, yes.
Okay.
I mean, you just woke up in a sweat, but
Okay. But I didn't know if people were still.
if anyone else has anything to do while they're going to sleep, you can do that real quick. But
I wanted to check on my tree real quick.
it's actually grown a lot since y'all left, even though it's only been like 3 days since you last saw it or something.
Yeah, man. I use magic. Does it have any delicious fruits for me to pluck?
It does have some more giant strawberries for you.
More big. I'm adding those to my inventory as big strawberry.
Sure, adds like 3.
3 big strawberry.
Sure.
What is it? What did it give me for? I feel like I ate my last one.
You did, and I think I gave you a maybe 1 HP for it. Maybe. Actually, I think you were fully healed when you ate it, so
It will do exactly what the DM needs it to do when you eat it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's giant big strawberry.
yeah.
Do I finish chiseling as Hugor gets out there?
Yeah.
Hey, Hugor,
Hey.
you plant one of these berries for me in Kraith's honor.
And what on it?
Berries that only I can eat.
Oh, those berries that you can eat? Yeah.
I'm asking you to plant one of the berries in Kraith's honor.
One of the strawberries?
No, one of my special berries.
Oh,
Actually, the only berry he's ever had that's had a taste for him.
yeah, we can. Let's do it, buddy. Let's go plant. I don't.
So
Hang on.
would you be symbolically eating Kraith?
Man, this
Shit.
metaphor is weird.
Is that like religion at that point?
I don't know, like my character arc is like, oh, I don't want to eat dragons, but yours is maybe I do.
In this exact moment, the berry is transmogrified into Kraith's flesh. It's true. Look it up.
Cast True Polymorph. Turn it into Kraith.
Yeah. So yeah, I help him plant it, but I don't have plant growth selected as my spells, so.
Oh.
Yeah, that's.
But I do have some water we can pour on it, and we can give it a kiss and fill it with love, which is the strongest magic.
Yep. Anything else that anyone wants to do before they go to bed?
Me.
Cool. Got it. You're awake again?
Once I wake up
In a cold sweat, I reached over to my belongings and I grab a Rocky Talkie, and he just fucking left. All right. Yikes.
Poppy, you hear this too?
What do I hear? Oh.
Gotta say Hugor.
And then when Igor doesn't answer, I say, a little reluctantly, Poppy. Poppy, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you okay?
I pause. Do you have a dream, Poppy? Have you ever dreamed?
Well, to be honest, I've never slept before. It gets very lonely. That's why I was happy to have friends. They make it less lonely.
Thanks for staying up to guard the rest of us while we recharge. I'm grateful for you.
Of course.
Turn it off and gotta go back to sleep.
Cool. You all wake up again the next day. I'm gonna go back to strumming music. Who do I want this to go to? Poppy, why not? Poppy, a paper airplane comes through the window as you all wake up in the morning. It lands in your lap.
No.
Yep.
I want to grab it.
Mm-hmm.
I open it.
It says meets at the ritual hall for the Adventurers Guild to meet with your guild masters. Love, Jen.
I Rocky Talkie immediately. Everybody, or at least Patrick. Igor. I've got a message. We need to meet at the guild hall. Or maybe we should meet in the courtyard. I'll tell y'all the message there.
Oh, what? Guild hall? Okay, that's good.
You and Hugor.
All right, I start making rounds to the rooms, waking everybody up, making sure they're ready.
On my way out, I look at you at Craig's door. How's it look?
Door's closed.
I just kind of brace myself against the wall as I look, and I'm like, gosh, snap out of it.
Yeah.
What's going on? And I walk up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. Hugor going out all the rooms. Does anyone have an interaction they would like to do with that?
Oh, I was outside.
Okay.
Right where the P was planted. Very, not me.
Did Ava grunt? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Once everybody gathers in the courtyard, I share the paper airplane with everybody. I just kind of hold it over my head.
Whoa!
Oh, Poppy, good job! That looks so good.
Did you make that?
You made that all by yourself?
No, guys, it's a message. Our guild leaders are back.
Are we all outside?
Yeah.
Are we all outside?
Hugor, are you?
It looks
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Hugor is not outside.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you.
Poppy, can I see it?
Yes.
Okay. I take it from Poppy and I look at it, I fiddle with its wings a little bit. Did it fly to you?
That is correct. It's probably because I'm the one of us that doesn't sleep. Well, the two of us, counting Otto. But sometimes Otto sleeps, so I'm more reliable.
I see. And I'm gonna kind of lightly, gently throw it and just watch it. What happens? It
Back
just,
to your hand.
oh. I'm gonna do it one more time, a little harder.
Back to your hand.
Poppy, you try. Throw it.
I throw it at Rui.
It floats down to Rui's hand.
Well, I'm gonna have to talk to Jen about this. Maybe I can do this with my wings.
Yep.
Just
Are
throw it
you
over
throwing
down.
game signs?
We're out here.
Poppy has relayed the message of going to the guild hall. Are y'all ready to go?
Wait, why are we going to the guild hall?
Oh.
Well, so out of character, how far would you go?
I mean, it's like basically on the other side of town, but because because it's under the stadium that y'all competed in.
We don't need to.
But why are we going to the guild hall?
Our guild leaders are there.
Is that in character or out?
That's in character.
Also, the king said yesterday in his court said that leaders wanted to meet with us, following nothing crazy or we just saved the world.
Okay.
Anyone have anything to say before y'all go?
Is my horse at the keep?
Yes. Yes, y'all's horses are at the keep.
Cool.
I mean-
And I still have Puff summoned, right?
At some point during the night, Puff probably turned back into. Probably when you left your room, he probably went back to your arm. But
Well then, I will take Meat to the guild hall.
Hello,
And in
meat.
case
I
you
don't want to
forgot-
play with you anymore.
In case you forgot, from season 1, Meat is Poppy's beloved horse who eats meat.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you walk to the guild hall.
I want to see 100 NPCs on this map. I want to see them all.
Please.
No. Oh my god, no.
Sideways. Oh, they're upside down. Oh, I hate this map. I remember it.
Everyone, roll initiative.
Oh, good.
Gotta fight our way through all of them.
The entirety of season 2 is just like a guild hall showdown.
It's this one fight all of season 2.
Yeah, for real.
We will. It takes 3 sessions to get through 1 round of combat. But no. So the entire Adventurers Guild is gathered here. The guild masters and co-captains are kind of on the upper platform. But everybody is most the ones that you definitely know. The first years are all here. Gondar, Sabir, Ingevald. Who else matters? Corridier's back. Who is not Cordier is still alive. Orabel, who was dead, is here and alive. From Silverkeep. Sula's here, everyone's favorite, Muriel, Kill. They're all kind of looking at you and say, they all kind of say, they're all, as you all walk in, the entire Adventures Guild is just clapping for you all.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Poppy,
Yes?
this is too many hands to shake.
Huh?
This is too many hands to shake.
And this is why they bow.
I agree. What if you just shake the hands of the people in your guild? Ooh, or you could go to the stage and shake all the guildmaster hands.
Anyways, Birch of the Guildmaster for the Solar Guard calls down, "Heroes of Ashana, we thank you all for your bravery and your initiative during the Darius crisis." Namira speaks up. "Yes, you all were not expected to jump to this occasion. This is something usually much outside of the realm of our first year adventures, let alone adventures in their first month. Yet you were able to defeat one of the strongest villains that Ashana has ever had." And Ninreal, of the Guildmaster for the Humming Wolf, speaks up and says, "And you have proven yourselves not only worthy of your title as adventurer, but you have also saved the world." Silora, says, again, we thank you, Talora, Guildmaster of the Storm Arrows. Says, again, we thank you all for this. This is, you could have run away, you could have avoided this whole conflict and let the world be destroyed, but you rose to the occasion. Ashes, Guildmaster of the Shadow Knights, says, and despite your losses, you were still able to pull through, and we thank you all for your sacrifice and your friend's sacrifice. And Courtier says, and you have honored the guild, your own factions, the entire Adventurers Guild, and all of Ashana with your battle skills and bravery. Again, the entire Adventurers Guild salutes you, and all of the guild members do salute you.
I start to look a little impatient, but I don't do anything yet.
Yep.
Back.
Rui, I don't think you need to salute yourself.
Well, Poppy, I'm saluting them because they're saluting us.
Oh, is that how that works?
Well, I don't know. I wish Craig was here. We could ask him about his military customs, but I don't know.
Bert speaks up. The guild masters and your advisors would like to speak to you, and if you all would please stay aside for a little bit after. We will now dismiss the rest of the guild members, but again, we cannot thank you enough, for Ashana would not exist without your efforts. So the room starts to basically clear out. Gondar walks up to Otto. And Gondar says, I am sorry that I was not strong enough to help you all. Maybe if I were strong enough to have gone with you, Kraith would still be alive.
Maybe.
This man rolled nat 20s. Come on, he's pretty strong.
But that's okay. Just make sure you help next time.
Will do. I will get stronger. And one day take you down, huh?
Please.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think Otto could kill you.
Sula walks up to Poppy and says, well, congratulations, Poppy. You've done really well for the Shadow Knights. It would have been done much quicker if I were there with you, but no worries. I was unconscious when you all left. But congratulations on you all's successes. And at that point, Miriel just pushes him away and gives her friend Poppy a hug.
Wait, who hugged me?
Miriel, he went on a shopping trip that one time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll hug her. I thought you were telling me Sula hugged me. I'm like, oh.
No. Miriel pushed Sula to the ground.
I hugged Muriel. Oh, great to see you again. I'm glad you didn't die. You know.
I'm glad you didn't die either.
Yeah.
And she kind of pulls you in a little closer and says, I'm sorry for your loss, Poppy. She kind of whispers that one into your ear.
He's kind of twitches.
It's fine, really. I'm used to things dying.
And Muriel just says, if you ever need to talk, Poppy, just let me know. And she kind of walks away, letting go of you. Let's see, anyone else from this map that I want to... Alara walks up to Hugor, and she kind of walks up and gives you a hug and a kiss on the cheek, Hugor.
Alara, so glad you're okay.
I'm glad you're okay too, Hugor. I'm glad you survived. this was all really scary, but y'all's group really was able to pull through and save the world.
Yeah, we didn't do good enough. We lost one of our own along the way.
She kind of gives you a small squeeze of your shoulder. She says, or arm, because she can't really reach your shoulder. And she says, "I'm sorry for your loss, Igor."
Your comfort, your company is really comforting. Would you stay with me?
Please
Make
roll low.
a charisma check.
Let's go. This is where it all goes down.
This being that one.
8 to 15.
Oh.
That's the best Hugor's ever got.
That honestly, maybe that's fate.
Season 2 is a new leaf for you.
In season 3, maybe we'll find out what a Loxodon elf hybrid looks like.
What to leave?
Of course, I'll definitely help you in any way I can to get you through this. She kind of walks back to Orabelle, and their group begins to leave. Anybody else? Let me just make sense. Say anything before shift the scene.
Move characters because you don't even know their names.
I know it's so difficult.
Hey.
I regret this every day. No. Alright, so we'll go into the smaller map with less NPCs. And then we roll initiative. Kidding. Maybe. So it's just you all as advisors. Basically they're all just kind of walking out the door, like kind of in lines with their guilds.
Is there any like door that shuts behind them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm RP.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I hear the door close, I go from frustrated to angry,
Mm-hmm.
and I imagine like making my eyes like kind of glow with like radiant flame,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk up to Kaiser and try to punch him in the face.
Make an unarmed attack roll.
Oh, we're doing it, Kings. Oh, we're accelerating the plot, boy.
Or
Kaiser and his battle sense are just too much for you as he just basically dodges out of the way of your punch, but kind of just looks at you sadly and says,
can I playful? Go ahead.
"No good."
I was gonna say, can I just like fall over to the ground? Just like I put all my might into it, but like I just topple over, and I'm
Yes.
just
It was a
so
reckless
angry.
attack.
And I'm like hitting the ground, and I'm like, and Godric says, "We told you he would come after us, and you didn't listen. Kraith is dead because of you. If you had listened to us, he'd still be here." And I like start to shed a tear, and I'm just so frustrated. I'm hitting the ground.
And Kaiser looks down at you and he says, "And I told you that you all are adventurers and needed to be prepared for anything. And death was one of those things." He says very coldly.
I just kind of fall back and just kind of numbly, having like kind of expended a lot of emotional stress.
And it's at that moment that Courtier, the guildmaster of the Searing Ash and Kaiser's boss, slams Kaiser against the wall by his scruff and says, "Kaiser, it's your fault that you did not prepare them. Conversation that we've had They may be adventurers, but you are their leader. You are supposed to be the co-captain of a guild. If you can't take responsibility for the people under your charge, that position may slip from you. Do you understand? All that strength you've built up is still nothing compared to mine. And Kaiser kind of dusts himself off and leaves the room.
Nice.
Come on, hit him with the dragon. Hit him with the dragon. Hit him with the dragon. Come on, I know you got it in you. Come on.
I'll say I'm sorry for acting out of turn. I let my emotions get the better of me, and it's unbecoming of a warrior. I do sincerely apologize to you all.
They all kind of look at you for a second, and then Namira, of all people, speaks up, and she says, "It's okay, Godric. I can see that you are going through lots of pain right now. And I am sorry. We are very sorry for your loss. This is the team we designed to take on challenges that could only be taken on by a group of adventurers. Cross-faction. Group of different ideologies coming together. Skills, everything. And without Kraith, I assume that you all would not have been able to defeat Darius."
I help.
She says, "And unfortunately, all of us have lost members. Kaiser is difficult for sure, but we are all not without blame for sending you all not listening to your warnings more carefully. But Kaiser has also had his fair share of flaws as well. We all do."
I look, at my group members, and I look at the leaders ahead of us, and I sort of close the distance and run towards Ashes and just give him a hug.
Ashes is not in this room.
What? He's
Kolak's here.
Damn. Never mind.
It's okay, Kolak's right there. You can hug
It's
him.
just basically it is just y'all's advisors, and Courtier and Yachi were there, and a co-captain that only Gaida and Otto met once of the Solar Guard. But it's basically y'all's actual advisors rather than Ashes in them.
Cool, aren't tight like that.
Yeah. Balrus speaks up now and says, "We all failed you. It is true." And Balrus kind of gets down and doesn't bow to y'all, but he does kind of basically get into a kneeling position. And all of your advisors do follow suit. So, Balrus, Fumin, Kolak, Chandrell, Namira, and Birch. It's sort of a symbol of apology.
I just say quietly to myself, it should have been me.
And they stand up, and Courtier says, "There's going to be a bit of a change in the personnel of this group. There's no easy way to say this to you all.
You're not splitting us up.
No, we are not splitting you up. But there's going to be a change in the advisors for this group. And there's going to be a change in addition to y'all's crew."
You can't replace Crave.
I'm aware, Poppy, but this one is out of our hands.
Well, I'd hope so. I don't think your hands are big enough to hold a person.
Have you seen his
You can
hands?
get to the
Courtier
side.
is very big. He is bigger than Otto. And very muscly.
I said what I said.
And Courtier just says, "It is an appointment by the King of Ashana. Said you needed someone a bit more experienced to be traveling with you all."
Well, if they're from the king, then I say we should give them a chance.
Yeah, he didn't seem too bad, and given the difficulty of our last quest, we could use all the help we could get.
But they gotta pass initiation.
Anyways.
Rui, can you elaborate on that?
Wait, are we hazed?
What'd you say?
Are we hazed?
Anyways, Isa, how do you walk out of the shadows?
You just see a. How do I even want to say it? I just kind of just nonchalantly step out, but I sort of have like my hands behind my back. I'm just walking up. I'm reading the room. I'm a little. I don't want to say indifferent, but I'm not really giving way to anything. It's just like I see there's a bit of an awkward thing, so I'm just trying to walk in just kind of neutrally and hope that somebody else will talk for me in this trying time.
Yeah,
You know?
Hugo actually felt the urge to step forward and shake his hand first,
Well,
or
Yeah,
or whoever it is.
as you currently are now looking at a charisma score 18 Yanti woman.
You know Hugo would drop a line on her.
Hugo, there. Hopefully, that perspective gets the scale across right there. It extends his little elephant hand out. He's like, "Welcome to the team. My name's Hugo." I feel like this is the new.
The new boopy.
This is the
Hugo, I think
Hello?
this is the first woman you haven't flirted with.
How are you telling me that? Is it? Are you just yelling that out?
That is typical Poppy fashion.
Yeah. I'd rather not dig into that one right now, Poppy.
Plot the Rocky Poppy.
Uh-huh.
I turn around and I blow a raspberry into it. I make a fart noise.
Wait, did the new person introduce themselves to me yet, or am I still just hanging there?
Oh, I was kind of being awkward and shy, and then Poppy started talking. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Issa.
Hey, Hugo, open a window next time.
Poppy walks up close to Issa, just gets right up in her face, sort of like examining her.
Did they pick you just because you have scales like Craze did?
Chandrell steps forward, the co-captain of the Storm Arrows, and says, Isa is a highly skilled member of the Storm Arrows. She
Highly skilled member of our team. What are you implying?
Isa is a bit more of a careful sort. She is someone who has a very good track record on her missions and always takes care of her team first.
I walk up in response to this. Well, that's about to change. And I reach out my hand and say, "Pleased to meet you, Issa, fellow Storm Arrow here. My name's Goldrick. You'll know Craig, but I promise not to hold you to standards. I will not treat you any differently. I'll treat you as a fair member of the team."
Good
Oh,
idea.
charming. Haven't met you before, fellow Storm Arrow.
Yeah, they've been kind of sending us back and forth on a lot of goose chases, and then the whole lot of anything. So we're lucky to have you.
I've been commonly off on missions, so our paths never truly intersected.
I'm going to fly in a circle around everybody and then kind of be like up here in the air. I'm gonna say, "Hi, Isa. My name's Rick." But all these folks call me. Wait, that wasn't right. I don't remember my intro.
Well, you can call me Rude.
Oh, you Ruby.
I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Let me redo that.
My name's Otto. Killed it all.
Hi, my name's Rudy. Most people call me Rude though. Really just depends. You can do either of them, but it's nice to meet you.
Do we need us call her Rue?
No.
Brave did it a couple times.
Intention was to go by Rue, but it never caught on.
What you like?
No.
No. When was the last time I actually said, Rui, I need help with something?
I don't think ever.
It's
It's mostly Godric and Poppy that address me.
a pleasure to meet you as well, Rui.
You got it. Good job. Most people don't get it on the first try, so I really appreciate it.
They're all Ruby.
What'd you say?
Maybe she's not so bad. You know, I think you might fit in after all, Issa.
And I trademark Poppy, pull out a can of meat and hand it to Issa.
Yeah, it's nice to have another lady in the group. I was starting to feel a little too much male energy. Don't you think so, Poppy?
Poppy's still holding out this can of food to Issa.
I'm
Yeah.
going to kind of delicately take it. Like, I'm reading the situation. Like, what? You know, I see the gesture and just like, thank you.
Welcome. You know, I know what it's like when you're traveling a lot and you're really hungry and there's nothing to hunt. So, you know, it'll come in handy.
Did you say a lot of male energy?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, if you wouldn't be saying that if Aurelian was here. That's what I fucking thought.
Really just gonna softly land on the ground and just start preening my feathers.
And we never thought Rui could get even any redder than she already is.
So I can say, and her feathers get noticeably redder. Somehow.
Oh, nobody said that word out loud.
Any other introductions to be had?
Guys, I'm shocked.
Come
You're-
say hi to our new friend.
Slowly just
Put my
takes his
out
hand back
for
and
Mida.
You sorry to repeat that?
I put my hand out for you. So you can sit. Alright, and then we walk over. How tall
Very
is Issa?
fun to make your acquaintance. I'm gonna say 6 foot.
Alright, this is respectable.
Little tallish, slenderish.
Does she have normal legs or does she have a tail like a snake?
I'm going with legs.
Yeah.
Legs for me.
I'll have the legs.
2 feet.
I like that Rui asked that out.
No, but she did look for them. So just trying to see what was up. You know, reptiles, they don't really come up near my mountain, so don't know much about them.
Not descended from reptiles as well.
Didn't say that out loud.
No, the Raven Queen,
Notice
actually.
no accent. That out loud. I'm kidding. That is harsh.
Any other introductions per se?
Well, it's been a pleasure to meet all of you. I understand you are all grieving from a loss at the moment, and I offer my deepest condolences. I can only hope that I can live up to the position that your friend built for himself.
He was a barbarian. He was a barbarian.
I'm afraid not.
How are you? What are you then? I mean,
Oh, I would be a cleric by training, and I picked up a few magical tidbits here and there.
they come in handy a few days ago.
magic too. And, actually a lot of us do. So maybe we can teach each other some skills.
I don't know if you can live up to what Kraith was to us, but maybe you can just be yourself, and you'll forge a new path.
Well said, Poppy.
Thank you. I'm getting better at this talking to people thing.
I will do my best.
Well, that's all we can ask for.
I look past Isa to the mentor group.
Yep.
So what's the next mission? I know we don't get a vacation.
Well, first, Birch speaking. Some more clerical on your new advisors. I will be stepping down as the guildmaster in charge of this group. My replacement from the Solar Guard as the Solar Guard representative will be co-captain of the Solar Guard, the Reinhard of Norwich, Valar. Norwich, by the way, Poppy and Otto, you know that is the city closest, or the town closest to the Feywoods. You also know that, and I guess, God, you've been there too. You don't know much about this country? No, because you've never been there. It's more out of the way. It's a smaller village.
What's the one up?
You're from Slyly's Forest, which is out of the country. Godric, you would also... Am I echoing on somebody?
I think so.
It's very subtle, but yes.
No.
That's when they're
you
all
also- Okay. Godric, you've been in Norwich, so you know that Sula is from Norwich, and that he had mentioned a Reinhard of sorts. But yes, Birch says, I will be stepping down as the guildmaster in charge of this group. And Cordier speaks up and says, and I'll be taking over this group as the guildmaster in charge. This is my co-captain Yachi. She never leaves my side, and kind of crawling out of Cordier's luscious hair is a small girl, Yachi, who just kind of sits on his shoulders and says, hello, I'm Yachi.
Directionally, how big is she to me?
She's still like 4 feet tall.
So she's twice my size.
Well, hello. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
As for your next mission, per se, we have a few options for you all. Some things that we've heard about that we need some extra hands and eyes on while we were all exploring Ashana on our wild goose chase.
Do what?
Hmm?
What'd you say? I'm so sorry.
What?
What'd you say?
Pete.
Will you repeat yourself?
While we were on our wild goose chase of Ashana, we've found a few missions that could use some extra eyes and hands. There's a few missing people outside of the Volstagg Mountains, along the river there. Still on Ashana's side, before it gets into Dwarven territory, there's some missing peoples. We need some investigating for. There have been vampire attacks around Norwich in the Feywoods that need to be quelled.
I like the sound of these.
Poppy makes a weird face at that mention.
And there is a dungeon outside of Yodon that could use clearing as well.
Bliss.
Godric?
Oh, yeah, speaking of dungeons, yeah.
By the way, Birch leaves once you're kind of going into more official business.
Oh, yeah, speaking of dungeons, right? We know of another one. If you will. I'm sure there's some authors there now.
Did you say where it was, or did you just mention?
Oh, it's near the river Styx.
Just it's round, just near there. Just in the
Right
area.
next to it, as a matter of fact.
Mira quickly does a quick scan of the group before landing her eyes on Mida.
I and Jake looks at him very quietly.
But Namira does not say anything.
If I may, I know that area vaguely.
Meg, you're very quiet.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I kind of know the area you're vaguely talking about. By the Fey Woods. Me and my friend Otto are from there, and I'd like to check that out because I have a feeling maybe you're not dealing with vampires, but maybe other Dhampir. My parents were a weird sort that ate other people, and it's a good chance that might be what's happening.
Does the existence of a Dhampir not presuppose vampire?
Are you what?
I believe, Issa, you give me a group around. Sometimes you have to make words small for Poppy to understand. She knows lots of languages, just not difficult words in those languages.
Correct. I know 8 languages, but I don't think that's the point right now.
Oh, I was just suggesting that if your idea of there being Dhampir were active in the area, there would also probably be vampires there.
Are you
So-
implying that Dhampir are the same thing as vampires?
Ooh, whoa! Hey, no one said that. No one.
No, I'm not. I'm out of character word check real quick. I thought vampires were kind of like ghouls for kind of, but not really.
Clue. I'm sorry, Issa. I just met you. It's just, where I'm from, people aren't too fond of my kind, and they call us a lot of things.
My kind as well. I'm sorry if I was speaking out of line or insensitive.
It's okay, but yeah, I feel like maybe I could do some good there, but obviously we're a team, and it's a team decision. And I turn around and I look to everybody else.
At the mention of being from there and the mention of the Dhampir clan and all of that, Valar, the Reinhard Valar speaks up and says, yes, this is... Sorry, wrong voice.
Perfect.
Yes, this is very interesting. And we only heard reports while we were out there, of course, but this request comes from that report comes from some of the royal families of Norwich. I am the Reinhard of the region, so I will be investigating the matter myself from a more familial standpoint. But yes, we will make sure that we investigate this thoroughly. We do not want to injure any innocent parties in any of this, of course. But it is something that I will be taking a great interest in myself. But also, it is a pleasure to meet you all. I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself. It just kind of looks at you all friendly like.
History check.
History check or an insight check?
No. I know what I said.
Isa, make a history check. Sure.
In that, give me that lore refresher on the on the Reinhardt here. Oops. That is history. I'm good at that. I tagged that.
Poppy, you can roll an insight check.
24.
24 in history. So you know that he has been in the guild for less time than you have, Issa. He was a has only been in the guild for a year, and he has risen already to the rank of co-captain.
I've been in it for 2 or 3, right? Like
2 years. You've been 2 years.
2. Okay.
So he's only about a year younger than you as far as guild tenure goes. Let's see. But he rose very quickly in the guild rankings after challenging the previous co-captain of the Solar Guard. Has completed, I think it's 25 dungeons in his first year, something, which is 3 times the amount of dungeons you've cleared so far in your 2 years, and more than you've heard anyone else clear.
5 divided by 3, so I have cleared 6 points.
Yep. Something like that.
3 dungeons.
He has also gone toe to toe with the serial killer Zerhim Vo, surviving a one-on-one encounter with him, amongst many other feats. But he is quite unheard of in his quick rise to the rankings of the guilds. But other than that, you don't really know. You've heard he's from Norwich, but you don't know much about that system, based on your experiences. Poppy, what is your insight check?
6.
Poppy, he's smiling really pretty.
Dashing.
Namira, at kind of the talk of this deciding of how y'all would decide, Namira says, "We will let you all put it to a vote if you would like to do one of these things. Or, of course, you can always vote for another side quest. You've all been traveling around Ashana for little bits now. If you have anything else that you would like to try and investigate as a group, you are more than welcome to take on one of those things as well."
I vote for the Faywoods.
I've heard there's a dread pirate captain in the Great Isles. Ooh, they say a turf wars are brewing between Bizarre Lunica and the Elven family.
Oh no, the Elven family said they had it. All right, they're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't go to the dungeon that we promised Mike that we'd go to. I'd say we go to the Faywoods build.
Appreciate that, Padre.
And it's another vote for the Faywoods.
I'm okay to go to the Faywoods. I think that sounds pretty fun.
It's been so long since we were there. I mean, that's where we became friends, Rui.
I know, I think it'd be kind of fun to go back and relive those fun memories.
Well, it might not be so fun if we run into other damp here. The ones I've run into aren't all that nice.
Well, I feel like we can handle ourselves out there. I mean, we got this new friend Issa, and we're all friends now, so I think that we can handle it.
Yeah, and hey, the woods is practically my own.
Different woods, I think.
Yeah, they're all the same. They're all the same.
Faywoods are a little weird, but it's fine. What about you, Otto? Are you okay with going home?
Yeah. Let's go home.
So that's
Also, is the cult going to be there?
say out loud.
Yeah.
Any rebuttals to the cult of Satella being there?
Is the cult of my wifey going to be there?
Oh, wait.
They probably will be there, yes. I just did not so hotly like her.
Huh.
In fact, I'd be quite surprised if they did not have a hand in this somehow.
Good
The
point.
bastards.
What did they tell us? That they were going to destroy the world?
They said once y'all save the world, Satella has a reward for you all.
Oh,
There.
I almost forgot about that.
I want Mida, Poppy, Ruby, and Issa to make insight checks. Mida, you get advantage.
You do. How do I bake that in?
I don't know.
Right clicking.
But like I always have
Wait,
an
what?
insight, but it's something lore-wise, not.
Is that part of your item?
Hey, that was so weird. I definitely like the die was
It's something
showing
I did,
13, but it's telling me I rolled an 11 with it for a total of 13.
Just make
Do you have a +10 insight?
I do have a +2, but it would. I mean, it normally, it shows you what you roll, and then it shows you you'll like whatever you roll plus your modifier.
Oh.
It's weird.
They may have gotten an update. I don't know.
Well, I rolled a 15 according to what was showing on the dice.
Got a 19.
Wait, was it insight, right?
Yeah, you guys are doing inside. I'm just rolling.
9,
With advantage.
So weird.
Now you have the 1.
19, 15.
Yes.
Who else did I tell? Poppy,
14.
14. Only Issa notices this. You notice at the mention of the cult of Satella, Velar has like a little twinge, kind of like in his eye, basically. A very slight twinge in his eye of basically pain. That's what you kind of get from that. But it lasts for kind of less than a second. You just kind of notice that monitoring the faces in the room.
I'll keep that to myself. Interesting.
Courtier says, so what is that, 4 of your group that is decided on this Fey Woods?
14 to me.
No other rebuttals from the rest of you? You don't care where you go?
What are the options? I guess I would talk about the options.
Fey Woods, missing people by the river of the Vostag Mountains, a dungeon outside of Yodan, which is where Aurelian's from, and the fourth option was basically just pursuing a side quest that you all wanted to do instead. So another side quest that has popped up on your all's adventures.
Like the dungeon you created.
That's the one shot, you know it. Come on.
It is the one shot, but
Well, I would like to officially voice my opinion for that dungeon. There may be somewhere difficult to find materials and minerals there that I could.
Well, I'm sorry, you're being overruled.
Should be some minerals in the Feywoods.
My only input is to go wherever the party decides on their
True.
own. But
I will say, Mata, you do know that you've heard of the Fey Stones that you've interacted with before. You know that they have originated from the Fey Woods. That is the legend, anyways.
Oh, have I seen any?
Yeah.
Yes. What? You've never seen a Fey Stone, no?
In all of my
No.
100 years of living
You have not seen or even heard of a Fey Stone until that option.
Yeah.
you were all free for 100 years.
What about me?
Same.
Yeah.
You
Nice
boy.
guy. So he was talking about
Mm-hmm.
Put it on next.
Hugor, what did you decide?
I kind of like the idea of going to the woods. Still.
I think there'd be interesting magics and history in the Feywoods.
Who would I want to speak up on this? Fuman, he never speaks. A rare occurrence from the very hot co-captain of the Moonthorn, Fuman, speaks up and says, "The pyramid dungeon that you mentioned in the River Styx is unlikely to be investigated by any other groups, since they would have to pass Zal's test, as you mentioned, to get down to the River Styx. And since that dungeon is not occurring in Ashana, from what we know, it is unlikely that any other group would go looking into it. It's not a high priority for the guild, is what I'm trying to say. If you are worried about anyone else trying to steal your score, Maita."
Are you trying to say it'd be
Was that dungeon the dungeon option? Was that the tomb? No.
There's another dungeon by
Okay.
Yodan.
Okay. That's what I wanted.
Oh, you wanted that one?
Yeah. No, I didn't want the tomb. I wanted the dungeon. Because you know, there's usually that dungeon with like gems and such
Yeah.
in a cave, being hidden in a treasure chest. Sorry, but I made that clear. Would I know if Zal would make us retest to pass him to go to that pyramid?
You know that Qdite, based on what Sentinel said, Qdite could teleport you straight to the entrance of the dungeon rather than having to go through Zal again.
Very nice. Continue.
You did say Kudite would teleport us there.
She would be able to teleport. That was something y'all confirmed before you left. Yachi raises her hand and says, "All right, let's have an official vote just to have it all cleared." Maida, what is your vote? Otto,
Bigwoods.
Poppy,
What?
Hugor,
Dude.
Godric,
The five woods.
Rui,
Baywoods.
Isa.
Despite my saying I'll just go wherever they go, I will explicitly vote for the Faywoods.
Great. Well, y'all can head out tomorrow or whenever. I mean, whatever y'all want to do.
Right now.
That
Oh wait, hold on.
There's no one in town you want to see.
Need to pick something up from the mall.
I'm sure that there's some people you want to say hi to that would
Just
love
roll
to
back.
thank you in the market that you helped bring back to life.
Yep, that sounds good. I got a lot of coin burning a hole in my pocket.
Valar looks at your group and says, "I will go on ahead and meet you all there before leaving, kind of without letting any of you speak to him." Doesn't rush out of the room, but he does forcefully push himself, walk out the room.
He walks with purpose.
Purposefully, that's what I wanted to say. Courtier says, "Also, we will be having a ceremony for Kraith over the Searing Ash. If you all would like to attend, you all knew him better than our own guild members, so."
yeah, would be nice.
We'll be there.
And Courtier and Yachi walk out, Yachi waving by as Courtier walks out from Courtier's shoulder.
I immediately turn around and go straight to Rule.
Follow.
Everyone going to the market?
Yep.
Out of character, is there anybody else who might want to talk to me?
Yes. We will do that at the end.
Very well then. I will either go there or to the market, depending on the way you have it set out.
We'll do market.
Very well then. I'd like to be there, but you know.
Sake of ease, we'll go to the market. I forgot to use the oops.
Wow.
You can't come.
It's gonna happen a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, as long as it's all the new maps, this won't happen. Every old map, yeah.
It's okay, you gave me control, so that's already pretty good.
Everyone call your spot, and we'll
You already know. You already knew.
hit it up as we.
Get card ready, slamming on the desk on the front door.
I was just so angry at another shopping episode.
It's okay, guys. We only the shopping episode is only 30 minutes. Restia, do you have any shots you want to call, or do you want to go with somebody?
Are we just shopping for the last 30 minutes, or are we actually trying to get out of here and do stuff?
there's nothing that can't happen next time.
We should do shopping.
So basically, yes.
Okay.
Who is Pedro? I can't find him on the character contacts.
Who? Oh, Pedro. The barber of town.
Oh, is he on the character sheet?
It's your father's done, girl.
How do you spell it? E-E-T-R-O?
EETR.
Hugo, you have anybody you're going to?
I don't know if I want anything quite yet, honestly.
No.
I'll just. I have all this money now, and I don't know what to do with it.
It's
We
okay.
tried burning it and
I'll
shredding.
go. Who's the most magically oriented one again?
Me.
Magically oriented. I guess Miranda. She's here.
Oh, she's an orientation, or
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go see Rule.
Okay. Used by that, but I don't know that's happening, so.
I'm just gonna let Godric go to his spot and then just kind of slink up besides.
Actually, I like Clarissa, but yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Cool. We'll start with Rule.
Let's go!
Hi, Otto. Shoot, what's the voice? I
About
I was
that.
thinking of retiring after dying.
I have the armor. Well, I have it.
Yeah, let's do it. I will take some time putting it all on you.
Do you need Poppy and Mida again?
I don't know how much help Poppy was last time, but we could probably use Midas. His tiny hands will probably help.
Do I
I
hear
yell
this?
for
Am I
Poppy.
out of earshot?
You're out of your shot.
I just straight up yell for Poppy.
Do
What?
I hear
I'm in the store with you.
Alright, perfect. I yell for Poppy.
Can I hear him? I'm not far.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I come running.
Can I prep my health?
Otto, are you okay?
Do you prep what?
Can I prep the health for advantage?
No.
We're putting new armor on me.
Okay, I can help.
All right. First I need to make rules.
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 That's not good. That's not good.
Stop that.
That was a 2,
Stop.
a 4.
Stop.
Would this become easier if everything about it was twice the size?
No. Don't even. I'm small for one. But
What about half the size?
no, they're better working at the size they are, so I can get all the pieces attached, right?
Well, I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
All right. Maitza and Poppy make
Ready?
Arcana or Sleight of Hand, whichever's better.
I won't.
That's not good. Well, I guess it's up to me to carry the team.
I had the best intentions, Otto. I have a 20 dex. I just don't have great dice.
They both rolled a 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna bend luck for Poppy.
But not for Poppy.
Yeah, so add a D4 to it. I don't know, like add a D4 to that. Poppy.
It's an 11.
Roll 2 more times, both of you.
Powers combined, it's a 20.
Oh man.
Do we roll it like once or 2 times? To big
Both of you, you're rolling 2 more rounds. Basically, there's 3 rounds of these checks. So roll 2 more times.
Okay, I got a 21 for my next one.
How convenient. Me too. And then my final one is 16.
A what?
A 16. And then I'm gonna bend luck again for that last one on Poppy.
What was that one?
My last one is an 11.
Last one's 11.
9, 21, and 16 for me.
9, 21, 16. Poppy was 11, 21, 11. Rule does have 12, 14, and a 14.
If only someone took the help action.
Yeah, why couldn't we get a slap on the ass? We've got that sweet advantage.
Because Hugo and nobody else helped last time. It was just you two.
Two of them were good. 2 of my checks were good.
I mean, I don't think I'd die.
You don't die. Okay. How I'm going to rule it today. Rule says. So, you want the good news or the bad news?
Same as last time. Bad news first.
Some of the magic was lost.
Perfect. What was that?
Well, the good news is not all the magic was lost.
Sound like great news.
What does that mean?
So, as a reaction equal to your proficiency bonus, you can apply the effects of this magic item when you take damage.
Wait, so you mean as a reaction, I can apply the...
No crit. Yes.
crit.
You basically can cancel out a crit equal to your proficiency bonus, so 3 times right now.
Damn.
As long as you don't use your reaction.
What are the odds
For
of
other
more
things.
than 3 crits? What are the odds?
All right. I mean, all right. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's better than the entire thing just breaking on me.
That is true. It was close.
I carried the team. I don't know what that.
But yes, that will be your adventure for the next few hours. Godric, yeah, sure. Yep.
Yorn, my friend. How's my shield coming?
What are you? So you had me to start designing the shield. I told you I would need the arcane focus, kind of to be able to work on it for a few days, and you couldn't do without that for a few days.
You're right. So what do we do about this?
Well, can you leave the arcane focus with me for a few days?
Not really. I'll do you one better. Actually, it's worse. I don't know why I said that. Say you forget about that shield there and do it to this shield here.
I assume you're pulling out the spell guard shield.
Yes.
So, do you want the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
The bad news is, well, I really have to tell you the good news, but I don't know why I asked. The good news is there's already a spot built in for something of like that to be fitted. The bad news is I've got to make adjustments to the shield to get the arcane bits in.
So you need both of them.
I'll need both of them, but not this long because it's already built in rather than crafting it around. And I've got to make the adjustments. And the adjustments could lose the magic on this shield. Based on how well I can get this working here. Yeah, I can proceed of this.
Well, that's not a risk I'm willing to take. I need the magic.
So the other good news is Miranda is in town, and I can ask her to help me with this. Make it more likely that it'll work. Work.
Alright. That I can accept. I have to pay you both.
We can have it ready for you in the morning. You heard that, Miranda? Miranda walks in. Thank you, Godric, for working with the king to resurrect my girlfriend, Jerabel. We are both very thankful.
Settle down. It was my, it's no trouble at all. I'm just glad everyone is alright.
Jerabel says, if you ever need someone to design a flag for your group, let me know and I'll get it going for you.
And I started thinking of some ideas.
Yeah,
you guys got this, right? I just hand over my focus and my shield.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to make the rules for it now.
No.
No.
I don't like the shield yet.
Random rule generator, go.
Don't worry, it's less likely depending on how bad these rolls are.
Don't say that.
That's the first roll.
Yeah.
That's the second roll.
Okay.
That's the third roll.
Wow, yeah.
I'm having this for my accountability.
Ooh. Oh, there are 4?
This is the fourth roll.
Like you figured out the odds on the worst one.
Go ahead. Fifth
Yeah,
roll.
I'll slap a bardic inspiration on one.
Sixth roll. So I'll tell you that the odd numbers were Jordan.
What?
The odd numbered rolls were Jordan. The even numbered rolls were Miranda.
+5.
+5 to the lowest roll.
Hey, can I add a bardic inspiration?
Sure.
I'm here. So roll that D8, King. I'll do it for you. It's a 6. Excuse me, it's a 6. I'm sorry, I rolled the wrong number. I rolled. Redo. That's better.
Were you adding to the lowest roll as well?
The second lowest roll or the
Whatever is the
original
new lowest roll.
Yeah. Sure.
Godric's call, really.
It's not bad.
So
When
even though you don't find this out till the morning, I'll go ahead and tell you. They didn't break the shield. But they couldn't get the arcane focus to fit.
Man.
Those rolls were bad. On Jordan's side. Miranda carried her weight. She kept that enchantment in there for you.
I see. Well, at least I'm attuned to it now.
Yeah.
Before I leave this encounter, Miranda, do you remember when we last spoke about enchanting the armor? What was it you needed again?
What was your question on enchanting the armor again?
I just wanted her to plus an armor to plus 2.
She would need it for a few days. And
I'll do it.
she also needed star gems. That's what it was.
Oh, that's right. And I don't have this.
Those would work.
Alright,
You know,
that's good.
Godric, you're a man of very peculiar magics.
Indeed. Don't ask me where it comes from. I couldn't quite tell you. I couldn't rightly tell you.
No, I was talking about the shield you were brandishing, but now that you mention it yourself.
Oh yes, my shield. My friend Rui gave this to me. You should talk to her more. She's great.
She's the one that flew around in circles, right?
Yes.
Ah. Okay, so you're done with your encounter, so I'm still here. This is more of an out of character question, Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
So I was completely reminded because Dylan's doing a shield plus spellcasting focus thing. When I have to do a similar thing, 'cause I wish to have a shield, but I have to put my item in a shield to be able to use somatic components.
Isn't it for bards? It's their instrument.
It's mostly a cleric thing from there.
Oh.
For the cleric, yeah.
You have an option for an amulet as a cleric.
Yeah, is that good to just be on my neck?
That's fine.
Okay. That's half the reason why I walked up. I was like, am I clear?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
Man,
If you have an amulet, you're fine.
I have an amulet and something else. I mean, is my
also true.
steel an amulet for the consideration?
That is also considered a spellcasting focus for you, yeah.
Well, am I good?
For just ease, that's what I was considering to be your shield.
Okay.
Just for my sake of ease.
Just for sanity, really.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Godric. I have spell shield immunity just because I'm a Yuan-Ti. It's okay. Out of character.
But cool. Anything else from y'all two?
not for long.
Good.
I defer.
Cool. Ruby, you walk into Yennefer's.
Yes.
Ruby.
Hi, Yen. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I just thought I might come. I just came into some money recently, and I thought I might come to one of my favorite vendors. Do you have anything new for sale today?
Well, nothing new, but we do have a better stock of potions of healing now that I was able to get those in, and have a stock of the old stuff still. But no, I haven't been able to put it in an order for new items. Just been able to restock in a few things. So, do you want me to go through my inventory again?
Yeah, if you just want to run lightning fast through it, that'd be great.
So I got the drift globe, I got the goggles that you see in the dark, I got a movable rod, I got a javelin that you throw and it's turned into lightning, a potion that can let you breathe fire for a little bit, potion of greater healing, rope that you can help you climb, a wand that lets you detect magic, a potion of regular healing, a bag of holding, elixir of health, and chime of opening.
What does the elixir of health do?
Yeah, double check.
Oh, sorry. I guess I looked that up. And Yen, you couldn't have just sent out a catalog. I could have seen that you had dark vision glasses. That would have been really helpful on my last level up.
Listen, I only sell helpful items. I don't sell nothing that would be useless. But the elixir of health will cure any disease afflicting you. It'll remove the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned if any of those conditions are afflicting you. So.
Where?
Bonus action to drink like a regular potion.
Okay. How much would it be if I wanted the elixir, the greater healing potion, and 2 more regular healing potions?
Sorry, say that again.
How much would it be if I wanted the elixir, the greater healing potion, and 2 regular healing potions?
Well, 50 altogether.
I'll take them.
Cool. She hands you the bottles and they're all clearly labeled. Clearly labeled meaning you could add them in here. Should be able to add them without any trouble.
Wait. Yeah. I think I'm good.
Cool.
What was the elixir? Elixir of healing? Of health. I see it.
Yep. Alright. Going over to the twins. Poppy is as soon as she sees you walking up, Calissa runs up to you and just gives you a hug. Poppy! Thank you for bringing us back to life. Even though it's a little bit y'all's fault, but it's okay.
Thank you.
Wait, our fault?
Well, it was your friend Maida being possessed that kind of caused her death, but it's okay. We forgive you.
But now you're alive again, and we're
It's
all
Midas'
good.
fault.
I said your friend.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it's great to see you, ladies, again.
Of course.
Are you back in the merchant business here?
Limpe says, well, we are, but we, weren't able to, restock anything really on account of being dead.
Satch.
Dang. Well,
but don't worry, we're ready to bounce right back up. Don't you worry about it, Hugor. The adventuring twins can never be knocked down. But we can't be killed.
hey, that sounds like an awesome comeback story. But,
Oh, it will. We're gonna put in all the items. We're gonna go exploring all over. Limpe says we're going to be going to the hot springs next to cleanse the death. But we did want to stop by and say thank you all for the compensation of bringing us back to life.
oh, really? All right.
So on that note, we're actually about to go off to my home place, the Feywoods, and me and Hugor wanted to check y'all stock to see what y'all do have.
Clarissa says, okay, Limpe, write that down. We're not going anywhere near the Feywoods. Nowhere near. We're going to die if we keep hanging out with but yeah, we'll check the stock for you. Yeah.
Did y'all forget that we're gonna be a pirate crew? Hey.
We're still thinking on that one.
Okay, I'll get back to you when we're done with this adventure guild thing.
Of course. Elipe whispers to you, Poppy, I still want to be a pirate, don't worry.
I heard that. I did too.
Limpe says, well, we have a drift glow, we have a few potions of healing left, bags of holding.
Drift what?
Bags of holding. Drift globe. Throw it and lights up. Swiss Army wand. A potion that makes people puke.
Wait, you had a Swiss Army one? Wait, what is that? What does that do?
The Swiss Army wand is able to cast a few different spells and cantrips like Alarm, Create Bonfire, Prestidigitation, Druidcraft, Mending, Light, Shape Water, Mage Hand. That's it.
Oh, okay.
We have Boots of Levitation that let you float in the air. We have Boots of Speed that make you go a little faster. And that's it.
Okay. Not gonna lie, that potion, the puking thing sounded pretty cool.
100 gold.
Shit. Hey, I'll take it. I'll find a use for it.
Cool.
How many healing potions do you have?
We have 4 on hand.
I will take the lot.
Wait, can I get one of them things? I drank my last one in the big thing.
Fair. Well, then I'll take 2, and you can have the other 2, Hugor.
Okay, sure. Thank you,
And
Poppy.
I think maybe being able to run fast would probably be helpful. One time I was fighting my friend Grace, and sorry. I almost won because I could fly faster than him, but he beat me in the end. It was good times.
No, Grace jumped good.
But anyways, I'd love to buy those.
The what? Sorry.
The boots of the Go Fast.
Oh, right. 3,000 gold, and they require attunement.
Oh,
Is this an interdimensional item?
Careful.
never mind. I'll just do the potions.
All right. Those are 50 gold each for however you are splitting those.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, all right. It was good seeing you, ladies. Can't wait to see what you have in store next time.
Of course. Don't worry. We'll be very much stocked up next time. And again, y'all are going to the Feywoods, right?
Yeah. But I mean, that
Cool.
should be nothing compared to what we just did, right? Right.
We're going to say very far away just in case it is just as bad.
Okay.
But good luck. Hope you don't die. You're great customers. Love it. Love what y'all do. Y'all doing great. But we're gonna go hit the hot springs and not hopefully die again.
All right. Relax. You deserve it.
Thanks, Igor. Calista gives Poppy another hug, and says toodaloo and walks away. Just because I don't want to do it next time, or remember to do it next time, I'm just gonna knock out this Searing Ash thing real quick. So, go to the Searing Ashes Guild Hall. They're kind of on the coast, as you can see. They're everybody from the Searing Ashes assembled, including Ingevald and Sabir. Kaiser's still here. That's not his name. It's Galdor.
Don't.
I know. Galdor, the guy that Kraith fought in a one-on-one battle when he first entered the guild, is there. A few others that only Kraith met. So I'm not really going to go through them right now. But some that y'all not met, kind of are all assembled. Yachi kind of gestures y'all to the front. You can kind of see that there's a kind of a raft set up. And kind of there's a kind of a scarecrow figure made that resembles Kraith. And Yachi just says, so this is our kind of ceremony for those that depart the Searing Ash, especially those that give their lives in a fight, of course, saving the world and all of that. Does anyone does anyone have anything to say? I know we're kind of merging a few traditions here. We usually just kind of we have our own thing that we'll do, but do y'all have anything you want to say before we set his soul adrift?
I'm not
All I have
good
to
with
say.
words.
Oh, go ahead, Poppy.
Oh, I was gonna say, Godric, I'm not great with words, so could you talk for us?
I don't know if there's anywhere for me to move toward to be speaking, but I imagine so. So I'll just kind of move to wherever I feel is appropriate.
Please walk up to the podium.
That Kraith was a strange man, but a good friend. He was as fearless in death as he was in life, and we couldn't have saved the world without him. That is an undeniable fact.
And Courtier, right behind you guys, just goes. The rest of the Searing Ash yell.
And I assume somehow I've managed to grab a drink.
Yeah, sure.
They're everywhere. They're loose.
This one's for you, old friend. I promise. I will have my vengeance. In this life or the next.
And the boat starts sailing out to sea. Ed Kaiser speaks up and says, "Here falls Kraith. A month in to the Searing Ash, but the fierce battler, strongest of our new members," looking over at Ingevald and Sabir.
He likes me.
Kraith showed great promise, and now he has ascended to the battle beyond. Let his fights never end, and his strength never waver. Let us all endeavor to be more like Kraith and honor him in our own battles.
Don, does anything happen to the boat? Did I see
As
anything?
he ends that statement, that is when the boat, specifically the Scarecrow, catches fire. and then the entire boat sort of catches fire as well. Before, kind of, it doesn't really. It's not a natural progression of fire. It definitely kind of, sort of drifts outward. It kind of turns into ash.
It sears into ash.
Yeah, but as it kind of splits apart, kind of into the sky, turning into an ash cloud of sorts.
Pollution?
Anything else?
Was it searing by chance?
Make a perception check, Godric. Oh, Isa, would you have gone to this or no?
Me?
Yes, would you have gone to that?
Feels inappropriate,
Okay,
and I think I might be wanted elsewhere.
that's probably true. What is
How does
this?
13 sound.
13. Briefly in the fire, as you look at the scarecrow before it kind of all disperses, you see a skeletal face where the scarecrow of Kraith is. He kind of just gives you a winks before. And you sort of you think for a second that your mind is just playing tricks on you, and no one else seems to react or notice this phenomenon.
Kind of just like, for a second, like. Continue.
And Cordier says, "For honor, for glory, for Kraith, we must endeavor to continue the fight." And you have one last here from the searing ash as they all depart, leaving only you all on the pier.
Finish the fight. Dun-dun-dun.
I met 4 of these people.
More than that, actually, technically.
It was real quick.
Then you all roll stop by Poppy and just kind of say, "Sorry for your friend." Okay. He kind of just nods his head to you and walks off. But if nothing else is to be said here tonight, we will cut away to a dark place. As out of the darkness, Isa, you hear a man's voice say, "Isa, you know your mission now.
I do.
You understand your purpose in this group.
This is a complicated one, but I suppose you wouldn't have it any other way.
No, this group is going to be a problem without your guidance, I feel."
They are quite eager. I'm not sure what to make of them so far, but they do show some rather interesting signs, like you said. So, I
Well,
see why I'm here.
and I trust you will take care of them if they become a problem. And if they are too much of a problem for you, Issa, you know you can always call on me.
As you wish, Kelxador.
And Kelxador steps out of the shadows and gives you a nod. Kelxador of the Royal Court of Ashana, the Royal Archmage. And that's where we'll close tonight.
What? Carson, how could you?
So, thank you all for tuning in to our Season 2 debut of Ashana Rising. thank you to the usual people that can make this happen for us. Roll20 for being our online platform. D&D Beyond for being our player resource. Patreon.com/CheyMpeku is where I get all of the maps from by being a patron. Paperforge is where I've gotten lots of our maps from. But most recently, I've been diving into our the Roll20 marketplace to get a lot of these different tokens and things. So if you have any interest in where a specific token came from, just let me know, and I'll give you the links to that. But as far as what we are doing next week we'll actually be doing a one-shot Tales from Ashana, diving into what Issa was doing while the Darius crisis was going on. But we will see how that unfolds next week. Till then, thank you for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
And have another fun week.